Beloved students, I hope all of you had another wonderful day. Let us move on to the last part, that is part 4 of Unit 1 of paper A03, Writing for Academic and Professional Success. Today, we will be thinking about or discussing scholars. Academic writers are also called scholars. What do they do? And also 3 terms related to academic writing. One is blind peer reviewing, the next plagiarism, and the third honor code. So, to begin with, scholars. Who are scholars? Academic writers are normally referred to as scholars or academicians, and their writing is described as scholarly writing. Once again, academic writers are called scholars, and their writing is often called scholarly writing. Academic writing is produced by scholars for other scholars. In other words, students who produce academic papers are presenting themselves as scholars. And the work they produce bears testimony to the systematic study and the use of authentic materials and evidence. We are moving on to the next topic, that is blind peer reviewing. When an academic paper is given for publication, usually it is sent by the academic publisher. It is sent by the academic publisher to other scholars for reviewing. At the time of giving the material, the name of the writer, the scholar who wrote that material, will not be revealed to the other scholars. The purpose of giving the material to other scholars is to go through it and to find out whether it is worthy to be published. At the end of their review, it will be taken back by the academic publisher. So, blind peer reviewing once more. When a paper is given for publication to an academic publisher, he gives the same to the other scholars for review without revealing the name of the author. And once they go through the paper and find out whether it is worthy to be published, it is taken back by the publisher. And the scholar who authored the paper will never know who reviewed his paper. That is blind peer reviewing. I hope it is clear to you. The next it is plagiarism. Nowadays, we hear many incidents where an academic paper, even PhD thesis, is stolen by other people and published as their own. This precisely is plagiarism, or it is the stealing of the intellectual property of another writer and publishing it in one's own name. That is known as plagiarism. It is, see how your book defines it. Any use of others' work, sentences or ideas without acknowledging the source is considered as plagiarism. In simple terms, It is an act of stealing others' ideas and works and using them as one's own. It is a highly unethical act, a serious offense, and is treated as a breach of academic integrity. So, we must never resort to such an unethical practice. That's all about plagiarism. Now it is honor code. When a student enrolls for a particular course in United States and all, they sign an agreement stating that they would be upholding academic integrity and ethical behavior, and they would not engage in any kind of cheating, stealing, or misrepresentation. This particular agreement is known as honor code. Now, let us think about what scholars do. Scholars or academic writers, unlike non-academic writers and other persons, they are not carrying out their academic tasks in a very easygoing, careless manner. They do it sensibly, intelligently, with a critical mind. Before using a particular material or an extract as part of their academic writing, they often think about its authenticity, search how genuine it is, approach it with a critical mind, and then finding out it is worthy to be used with due acknowledgement given to the source, they will be using such material in their academic work, academic paper. That is what scholars and academic writers do. These are the points which we have to discuss today. 1. Who are scholars? The students who are writing academic papers. What do? They approach academic writing with a critical mind, ensure the authenticity of the information they collect, and use them sensibly in their academic work. Second point we discussed was blind peer reviewing. An academic paper, when it is given to a publisher, the publisher sends it to other scholars for reviewing, for finding out whether the paper is worthy to be published, then returns the same to the publisher. Neither the scholar who authored the paper nor the scholars who reviewed the paper know each other. That is blind peer reviewing. Then plagiarism. Plagiarism is a punishable offense, a serious offense, highly unethical an act of stealing one's intellectual property and using it as one's own. That is plagiarism. And honor code. At the enrollment of a course, students in United States and such countries write an agreement stating that they would be upholding academic integrity and ethics and would not engage in misrepresentation or stealing or any of such immoral, unethical activities. This is honor code. The agreement is called honor code. This is enough for this video presentation, and with this we come to the end of Unit 1 of A03. Thank you. Have a nice time.